How we doing out there? I'm servant of the Most High. You know, we all get into things, and we sometimes are coaxed into not understanding what those things could be. And you understand that you walk up against a wall. You walk up against things that you have no idea how it serves you or how it was going to serve you. Or maybe you've been led off into something that you really don't know anything about. Well, that's the point of Joshua's reform. A lot of people listen to what I say about all these things, but when I open to a page that the Father has ready, and it's something I went over before, there must be something to it. There must be some kind of understanding. Is there a flaw? Is there a detail that's been missed? Is there something to understand here? And the Father says, yeah, there's something to understand. So understand me, And the king commanded Hilkiah, the high priest, and the priest of the second order, and the keepers of the door, to bring forth out of the temple of the Lord, the Most High, righteous and loved, all the vessels that were made for Baal, and for the grove, and for all the host of heaven, and burn them without Jerusalem in the fields of Kidron, and carried the ashes of them unto the Bethel. And he put down the idolaters, priest, who the king of Judah had ordained to burn incense in the high places in the cities of Judah, and in the places round about Jerusalem. Them also that burned the incense unto Baal, to the sun, and to the moon, and to the planets, and to all the host of heaven. And he brought out the grove from the house of the Lord, the Most High, righteous and loved, without Jerusalem, unto the brook of Kidron, and burned it at the brook of Kidron, and stamped it small to powder, and cast the powder thereof upon the graves of the children of the people. And he brake down the house of Sodomites that were by the houses of the Lord, the Most High, righteous and loved, where the women wove hangings for the grove. And he brought all the priests out of the cities of Judah, and defiled the high places where the priests and burned incense, from Ged to Beersheba, and brake down the high places of the gates that were the entering in of the gates of Joshua, the governor of the city, which were on a man's left hand, and at the gate of the city. Nevertheless, the priests of the high places came not up to the altar of the Lord, the Most High, righteous and loved, in Jerusalem. But they did eat of the unleavened bread among the brethren, and defiled Topheth, which is in the valley of the children of Hinnom, that no man might make his son or his daughter to pass through the fire of Moloch. And he took away the horses that the kings of Judah had given to the sun, and entering in the house of the Lord, the Most High, righteous and loved, by the chamber of Nathan Moloch, and the chamberlain which was in the suburbs, and burned the chariots of the sun with fire. And the altars they were on the top of the upper chamber of Ahaz, which the kings of Judah had made, and the altars which Manasseh had made in the two courts of the house of the Lord, the Most High, righteous and loved, did the king beat down, and break them down from thence, and cast the dust of them into the brook of Kidron. And the high places that were before Jerusalem, which were on the right hand of the mount of corruption, which Solomon the king of Israel had built for Ashtaroth, the abomination of Zindanis, and for the Chemosh, the abomination of Moabites, Moabites. And for Milcom, the abomination of the children of Ammon, did the king defile, and he brake down in pieces the images, and they cut down the groves, and filled their places with their bones of men. Moreover, the altar that was at Bethel and high places, which Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel the sin, he made both the altar and the high place. He broke down and burned the high places, and stamped in small to the powder, and burned the grove. And Joshua turned himself and spied the sepulchres that were there in the mount, and sent and took the bones of the sepulchres, and burned them upon the altar, and polluted it, according to the word of the Lord, most high, righteous, and love, which the man of God, the most high, righteous, and love, proclaimed, who proclaimed these words. Then he said, wait, till is that I see. And the men of the city told me, it is the sepulchre of man, of the man of God, most high, righteous, and love, which came from Judah, and proclaimed these things. Thou that hast done against the altar of Bethel, and he said, let him alone, let no man move his bones, so that they let his bones alone, with the bones of the prophet that came out of Samaria, and all the house also of the high places that were in the cities of Samaria, which the king of Israel had made to provoke the Lord, the most high, righteous, and love, to anger. Joshua took away and did to them according to all the acts that he had done in Bethel, and he slew all priests of high places that were there upon the altars, and burned men's bones upon them, and returned to Jerusalem. Well, there's 6 different teaching factors in this altogether, and I've taught over every one of them. The grove, the ashes of man, the brook of Kidron, the Sodomites, the high places of Gad, and the altars, and unleavened bread. Tonight, I'll be going over this mostly, all of it. I've got TikTok at 6, and I'll do this one at 7 on YouTube, and then 8 o'clock, I Am Servant 777 on Twitch at 8. And I'll break some of these things down, but you don't really understand what's going on around you. How these things have been pushed into your life that you have no idea that even exists. You just think that you're living life. You just think you're doing the right thing. You think that you're honoring everything. But you don't know the difference in between some sins that are committed that you don't have any idea that is. And the point of being pressed upon by all principalities, governments, people, the witchy-woo-haw, the understanding of how this interprets in your life. Anyways, the Father, this is the real reason why He's wanting to spend time with you, to wake you up, to get you to understand that Jesus is coming back. And understand where you stand at with Him. And I'm going to get into this tonight, like I said. I'll break it down to where it's pretty well simplified again. And I'll keep breaking it down until you get it. But understand, precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies, spend your time wisely. The Father wants you to spend time with Him. He wants you to spend time in the Word. Anyhow, 10-minute little segment here. Just be great people today. Tomorrow's Easter, so we know what that means. I am servant of the Most High.